If you're thinking about staying at the Bright Angel Lodge, you need to watch this first, as we're showing you what it's actually like, from the good, the bad, and the one thing that generally shocked us. We'll cover whether we think it's worth the money, as we're putting it to the test. So let's get to it. The hotel sits right on the south rim of the Grand Canyon, making the location incredible. You are inside the Grand Canyon Village, which is about as close as you can physically get to the canyon itself. It's about a 1-minute walk to the actual Grand Canyon rim, and the Bright Angel Trailhead, as well as the free park shuttle, stops right outside the hotel main entrance, taking you to a variety of viewpoints all across the South Rim. It's also only a couple of minutes walk to the rest of the Grand Canyon Village and also the historic railway depot. There's a few different restaurants nearby, including the Arizona Steakhouse and the Harvey House Cafe, so you're never too far from somewhere to eat. The lodge itself dates back to 1935 and was designed by architect Mary Coulter, so there's some real history built inside. When you first arrive, the lobby has a rustic log cabin feel with a huge stone fireplace and an old-fashioned cart. There's also small history signs located throughout the hotel. The lobby isn't just the lobby, it's also like a hub for where you would go for your tours and transportation tickets. This is not a traditional hotel, you're booking a lodge, and there are hundreds of lodges all surrounding the main lodge building. You'll also find inside the main lodge building that there is a gift shop, a restaurant serving breakfast and dinner, as well as a bar/lounge. You'll also see a quick eat cafe out the back of the main lodge, which is only open in the daytime. Now, parking is quite limited for the lodge, so make sure you get there earlier in the day, otherwise you may find it difficult reserving a space. Drop us a comment to let us know what you're planning to do at the Grand Canyon. We'd love to hear from you. And if you'd like some more inspiration, check out the brand new Travelling Pandas website, where we've handpicked some of the best tours and experiences, as well as included some of our legendary top tips. You'll find the link in the description. So let's check out our lodge. So check-in is from 4 p.m. However, you can leave your luggage in the car or you can leave it at front desk and they'll look after it for you. This is a standard queen partial view cabin and we were in 6,149. Now, there were 2 entrances to the lodge and we could only get in from the back entrance initially. When you first enter, you'll see there's a queen size bed in the middle of the room, as well as a seating area. The door on that right is a connecting door to another lodge, and then this is the other entrance, but we just kept it locked the whole time. There are 2 windows in the room, and then you've got some storage drawers, as well as a coffee machine with your tea, coffee, and also some sugar. And then you've got a mini fridge that was empty. There was no water in the room, so if you want to bring some, that'll be better, as well as having a phone and an ice bucket. All of the windows and doors did have like a cover on them, so you didn't have any insects or flies getting into your room. There were no bedside tables as such by the beds. There's literally all the plugs were on this left by the lamp, so we just charged our phones on that coffee table. Then you've got your luggage rack, ironing board, some coat hangers, a safe, and then a spare blanket in case you come in the winter months. The TV was on the left of the bed, which you need to swing round. Now, this bathroom, it does need a little updating. So you've got like an old-fashioned sink, and on the side of it is where you'd hang your towels. So you've got your hand wash on the side of the sink, which is Grand Canyon branded. You've also got a hairdryer, some tissues, and mirror with some lights as well. Annoyingly, in this bathroom, we had a flickering light that kept happening every time you turn the light on and off, which was a little frustrating. So in the main part of the bathroom, you've got your toilet with your bath towels. On the outside is your body lotion. Inside the shower is your shampoo, conditioner, and body wash. There's just 1 shower head and then a little shelf. Now, it's over a bathtub, but it's really shallow. You wouldn't have a bath in there. On the ceiling, you'll see there's a bit of TLC needed, and I think this whole room probably could do with a bit of modernisation because there was sort of wear and tear throughout it. These lodges only come with a ceiling fan. There is no air conditioning in any of the lodges. Let's have a look at our view. Now, this is a partial view cabin, so you need to look through the trees and then you'll be able to see that the canyon rim is less than 30 seconds away from our front door. So let's leave from the side door and I'm going to show you how close we are to the canyon. Then there's a couple of different steps from our lodge and we just follow this path round to the right. Now, you go through some trees and then you can see the gorgeous canyon rim all throughout the trees. This lodge was actually a really great central location because it was right opposite the art gallery and the lookout studio. These logs on the left is where we had our breakfast, so you can sit there and enjoy views of the canyon, and then look how incredible that view is. So you're just seconds away being in one of the Grand Canyon lodges. Now, we did experience a bit of a shock when we first arrived at the Grand Canyon National Park that as of 2026, you do now need to pay an entrance fee. It's $35 per vehicle, and if you are not a US citizen or resident, there is an additional $100 per person surcharge on top of that. We purchased the annual pass for $250, which covered up to 4 people in the vehicle, and you can use it for a full year at all the national parks. Alternatively, you're going to pay the surcharge at every single national park. Now, the hotel website doesn't share that information, so we'd already made the booking and couldn't get to our hotel without paying the park entrance, which meant it turns out a lot more expensive than anticipated. We stayed for one night at the Bright Angel Lodge in May, and it came in just under $300 for the night, including taxes. We did also add on the Sunset Tour, which is an additional $43 per person. We would highly recommend that, as it gives you the transportation for the different viewpoints around the canyon, which is where only the shuttle buses can go. Now, our insider tip is make sure you book directly on the Grand Canyon Lodge's website, as they caught a seasonal sale, which meant the room was cheaper than normally advertised at. Even though it was more expensive than anticipated, we'd still recommend staying in the lodge, as it was incredible to be able to walk to the rim in under a minute. And also, you need to experience the park at both day and night. In the evening, it transforms into something totally different, with all of the different lighting, the gorgeous stars in the sky, as well as the incredible sunsets. And whilst we felt that this lodge was more run down than others that we've stayed in at different national parks, you cannot put a price on having breakfast overlooking the south rim of the Grand Canyon. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any other Grand Canyon guides when they land. Now, if you want to see the best walking route in the canyon, or maybe you want to see a really cool way of getting there, you need to check out these videos. We'll see you next time.